Every time I rewatch The Dark Knight, there's a moment where the movie stops feeling like a fight between order and chaos and starts feeling like something else. It's not loud, it's not announced, it just settles in.
You got rules. The Joker, he's got no rules. Nobody's gonna cross him for you.
The movie keeps insisting that chaos is the villain here, that everything bad comes from disorder, from unpredictability, from people acting without rules. But the longer you sit with it, the harder it is to ignore that chaos isn't actually what Gotham is afraid of. What it's afraid of is being honest. The Joker gets labeled as an agent of chaos almost immediately, which is convenient. Because once you call something chaos, you don't have to listen to it anymore. It becomes noise, a category, a way to stop engaging. And the strange thing is, the Joker never really lies about this. He exaggerates, he performs, he provokes, but he doesn't lie.
I know why you're afraid to go out at night. The Batman.
In the interrogation scene, he basically says it outright. He's not trying to destroy the system, he's trying to show what happens when the system gets stressed. And instead of arguing with him, everyone around him kinda proves the point. The movie doesn't call this hypocrisy. It calls it necessity. That word keeps showing up. Necessary shortcuts, necessary lies, necessary exceptions. And somehow those exceptions keep piling up, without ever changing the story the movie tells about itself. The fairy experiment is the cleanest example of that. On paper, it's the ultimate moral test. Two boats, two buttons, ordinary people pushed to the edge. The movie treats it like the showdown, chaos versus order. And when no one presses the button, it feels like a win. But if you sit with it, I mean really sit with it, it's a very specific kind of win. Nobody chooses murder, sure. But nobody actually has to live with choosing mercy either. The moment evaporates before consequence arrives. The moral choice exists just long enough to feel profound, then disappears before it gets complicated. It's a test without a grade, a moment without aftermath. And once you notice that, you start seeing the pattern everywhere. And before anything else, hit the like button if you're enjoying the conversation. So, Batman's surveillance system works the same way. Lucius Fox calls it out immediately. This is wrong. This crosses a line. Batman doesn't argue. He agrees, which makes it feel responsible. And then he uses it anyway. The justification is that he destroys it afterward. As if that restores the balance. As if the problem with violating everyone's privacy is forgetting to clean up after yourself. The movie really wants that to feel like restraint, like a line he only crosses once. But what it actually teaches, quietly, is that the rules matter until they don't. And when they don't, the people breaking them still get to define what good looks like. Harvey Dent is where this finally collapses. He is introduced as the alternative, the proof that Gotham doesn't need masks or shortcuts. And the second he breaks, the movie stops treating him like a warning and starts treating him like a problem to manage. One bad day doesn't challenge the idea of moral purity, it just disqualifies Dent from it. He stops being evidence. He becomes contamination.
You die. Now we're talking.
Which brings us to the ending. Gordon lies, Batman agrees to the lie, Gotham survives on a story that isn't true, and the movie frames this as tragic, but necessary. Order remains intact, and this is the moment where the movie makes its real choice. Because chaos didn't destroy Gotham. The truth almost did. The lie isn't framed as failure. It is framed as maintenance, a moral shortcut taken from the greater good. And the movie doesn't linger on the cost of that choice. It moves on quickly. What's interesting is, other movies have stood in this exact space and refused to look away. In V for Vendetta, rebellion is framed as a response to systemic hypocrisy, not random disorder. The movie doesn't pretend the moral ground stays clean. It just lets the contamination sit there. And Watchmen goes even further. It forces you to live with the cost of a necessary lie. No myth making, no heroic reframing. Just damage that doesn't wash off. Which makes Gotham's ending feel curated, manufactured hope, carefully shaped. And that's the part that always sticks with me. The Joker never asks Gotham to become worse. He just keeps pointing it out what it already is, especially when it feels justified. The movie keeps insisting he is wrong, while quietly structuring its entire resolution around his logic. Order survives, but only by breaking its own rules. So every time I come back to The Dark Knight, I end up in the same place. And for the record, I watch the trilogy every time I go on the trip. But did Gotham defeat chaos? Or did it just get better at pretending it didn't compromise itself? And if order only works when it cheats, what exactly is it protecting in the first place? Oh, yeah, you're still here. Comment below if you want to share your thoughts about The Dark Knight, and also subscribe if you want to support the channel and to get notified when I make a new video. So yeah, thanks. Bye, 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 bye.